AnonymousDeus here. Quick word about the mask. I'm wearing this because it'll slow down the powers that be from tracking me down and figuring out who I am. Today though, I want to talk to you about an issue which is a long-standing issue. It's come up just in the past couple of days in a couple of cases that have gone before the courts. The first of those cases is the case of Michael Doherty, who, well, it's complicated. You have a look. He's accused of assault in a court, and the CCTV images which were filmed in the court, which he got released to, show definitively that no assault took place, and yet he's been convicted, found guilty in magistrates' court. The second case is that of Norman Scarth. Norman Scarth was done for recording in court without permission. Now, my subject of today is about recording in court. I am completely against the idea that we cannot record for our own evidential purposes. Courtrooms are frightening enough places for the ordinary person as it is. You're faced with authority in its mindlessness. You're faced with authority which isn't interested in what you have to say, it's only interested in doing what it does. Now, that's all well and good if the authorities are above reproach. Unfortunately, in this country today, the authorities are not above reproach, and the courts are, at best, working in ignorance of their own rules and regulations. At worst, they are corrupt. So let's look at the idea of why we would need to record in court. If you look around you in the street every day, you'll see hundreds, nay thousands of surveillance cameras which are pointed directly at you. The argument for those cameras is nothing to hide, nothing to fear. Well, I give that argument straight back to you. In court, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. And that should be the be-all and end-all of it. We as individuals are thrown into this pit, this den of thieves and vipers, and we are thrown before the mercy of an implacable law. And there is little we can do. There is very little that we can say which has any bearing on the proceedings which are taking place. It's an absolute necessity that we should be able to record that which occurs so that we can go over it at our leisure, word for word, verbatim, and have evidence of that which took place. For where there is corruption, where there is mistake in law, where there is a travesty of justice, including threats, menaces, coercion, and various other forms which are put onto us whilst we are in these places, we would then have the proof. We would then be able to take that which has been done wrong to, hopefully, a higher court. And in that higher court, which is, again, hopefully, a clean and honest court which is applying the laws of the land, we would have any charges which were erroneously made upon us, or any penalties which were fixed upon us in disregard of the law, set aside. Now that is why we need to have the ability to record in court. There is a petition at the moment, it's been running since 2011, which is to put forward that we should have the right to record in court. I will leave a link in the text at the bottom of this, and hopefully some of you who may be watching this will feel moved to go and sign it for the good of us all, because it really is our last form of defense. It is the crux point. If we actually end up in court, it is the crux point at which we are going to be tried and penalised in one form or another. Now, as I said before, should that be done in accordance with good practice, procedure and the law, then there are few arguments that any of us would like to raise against that, I think. But more and more these days, the courts are ignoring their own procedures and practices. They are ignoring the law of the land. They are ignoring legal challenges. They are ignoring that which we have learnt through a great deal of pain, a great deal of difficult research about their system, about their legislation. Sign the petition. Let's get this one sorted. We will be talking again. You will see this face again, or this mask again, should I say. There's lots out there that annoys me. There's lots. There's lots which is wrong with the society we live in, which only we can put right. It's only you and I and people like us raising our voices which will put these things right. The voting system does not represent the majority of people in this country, but that's for another time. I thank you for your attention, and I wish you all a police and court-free existence. Sign the petition.